Good evening, this is Primetime with Independent Thinker, streaming with Love 97. My name is Marlon Owen Johnson, a.k.a. Independent Thinker. We're streaming with Great Studios, Love 97. Trust me, tonight, some information, solutions, ideas will be offered in reference to some of the problems that this country face. As we usually, for 14 years, offer the best possible solutions to the ideas, to the problems and trials that the main people face in this country. And, I've been doing some research today, and I came across some information in my files and my documents that I tried to preserve, where the Swift Justice Program, I got about some information that was there, and I was amazed that I had that in my file. The Swift Justice Program costs people some good money. At one section of the research was $275,000, almost $300,000 from the IDB Bank. $20 million that the F&M that put in, they lost the government to try to get this Swift Justice Program implemented, and then the PLB came in power, and the former Attorney General Alison Gibson Maynard, she tried it, and it appears that it began to work. So that and more tonight, we'll be talking about some of the solutions that and ideas that we have to help the system, because the newspapers are screaming today that some 178 men on bail for murder. Overwhelming statistics that the Guardian and also got one of the dailies are screaming on the front page. 178 on bail for murder. Overwhelming statistics. And the PM is trying over 170 murder cases will take some time, and we understand that. But history teaches a lesson. And before we get into history, I'm going to list my sponsors. Our bonus sponsor tonight, the City of Hope. That's the former Cancer Society of America. Global Insurance, that's Teen and Crew. That's outstanding report for all your insurance need. You have vehicles, residentials, marine, industrial, life, health, 006 601 0006. Give them a call. Tell them you heard they are on Primetime with Independent Thinker. And let them make sure they give you a 5 to 10% discount. Rasta Granger Days on Nassau Street. Listen, eat healthy this weekend. The little breeze blowing. Just a good time to just relax yourself, relax your mind. Eat some healthy food, man. Eat some nice fruits and vegetable juices. Natural salad from Rasta Granger Days on Nassau Street. Some salmon, some fish, some snapper, whatever. Eat some healthy. Stay away from that meat this weekend. Try, give your body a break, and I guarantee you will feel a difference. Magical Insurance, that's on Market Street. They are the underwriters for Global. So if you, whatever Global offer you, they can offer you also. They are on Market Street, the prettiest green and white building after you pass the Salvation Army, headed south on Market Street from the bridge. And you enter Market Street, you will see them, the prettiest green and white building before you reach Super Value. It's on the left. Magical Insurance, the underwriters of Global. Julie's Bread Shop, the bread from the pond to your hand. Listen, this ain't a bread with chips from, you don't know when they bake. You don't know how much chemicals and artificial stuff they have to have them to look fresh and taste fresh. Listen, this bread baked in the front of you. And as she dumped them on the pan, take the breads on the pan, she dumped them right to your hand. The bread from the pan to your hand. Julie's Bread Shop on East Street after you pass the Windsor Park. And guess what? You don't have enough to tell you the name of the corner. You will see the line at the window, and you will smell the fresh big bread rumor as you drive along East Street. The Right Fit is coming this November. Guaranteed. Listen, this the fit will bring out your true you. The true beauty that you have. The Right Fit's coming this November. Darling Lane and Wolf Road. Guaranteed this November. Thanksgiving, right around Thanksgiving time. The perfect fit. The Right Fit is going to come. And I'm going to give you more information on that as time goes on. In November, they're getting ready to open up their grand opening, and I said, it's going to be spectacular. You don't have to be traveling to Miami and ordering everything online. It can be right here, where you can just go and pick up and fit and smile. You're true you. Tonight in studio, listen, I had to bring back a good friend of mine, because man, listen, over 7,000 hits and likes on TikTok. They like the conversation. People like people who are honest and true, man. And if you ain't speaking true, I ain't no time to be. Because I working too hard to stay afloat, to stay surviving, to get time to waste time in the night time on the radio. I've been on the radio now from 2011. I've been on the radio. I've been on the radio 2010. And, I really get on my own show in 2011 when the former leader of the DNA crossed the floor in reference to the Free National Movement giving away Patelco 51% the cable and wireless. But tonight we're in studio and I have my good friend with me. He said, so that we're going to continue the conversation. I promised to bring him back before the end. And he's in studio with me tonight. We're going to talk about some of the issues and some of the solutions. I tell you, we only could offer a solution to some of the problems, but it's up to them. And it's in the papers today. It's up to the persons who control the country, the persons who have the power, the persons who have the will, the legislative power to change some things in this country. You have to be up to them. But in the papers today, the leader of the opposition made a statement that the government need to speed up the trial. It just don't work like that, man. You all just come out of power in 2020. I mean, who is advising the opposition? I must ask that question before I begin the show. Who is advising the opposition party? Who's advising the FNM? Because it appears that the Bahamian people is in a situation of peril. We have to depend on what the government do, because the opposition, it appears that they don't have no answer for nothing. You surely gonna vote no on everything, but you don't have no answer. It appears. It's my humble opinion, and you check it. He's saying that the government need to speed up the trial, and it just don't work like that, man. You just leave office in 2020 with some 90,000 warrant, some 100-something persons on bail for murder, some 20,000 cases. Well, I expect the government all of a sudden. It's a good thing that the Free National Movement believe in the PLP. They believe that the PLP could get it done, because they ain't get it done, but they telling the PLP, go ahead and do it, because you're all capable. I think the PLP should use it as an advertisement, because you listen to the segments that the opposition them are using, is that go ahead and fix it. You all is the government. They ain't offering no solution, They ain't offering no alternative. They have the Free National Movement, the opposition, has faith, trust, and believe in the PLP. Persons over the hill, the Ghetto News Network always states that the PLP and the Free National Movement is one. And it appears that the opposition have good confidence in the PLP. And I don't blame them. If they believe that the PLP is the best party to lead the country, then just continuously trying to stay opposition. Don't work hard. Be lazy. Continue the way you all headed. And you all will be opposition again. Because you don't just tell people to do it. Offer solutions so the people can see that you're prepared to govern this country. Prepared. I tell you, one of the former deputy prime ministers of this country at one time came on my show right before the general election. And speaking to him about 15 minutes into the show, I take a break and I went inside to the engineer and I said to him, could you imagine if this party win the government and they become the government, they win the election and they become the government and he become deputy prime minister and minister of finance? I said, boy, we could be in for a show. We could be in for a rough ride. And what do you think happened? They win the government. He became deputy prime minister and minister of finance. But the questions that I asked him, he was lost. The responses were, minuscule. The responses to the questions I asked him was minuscule. I tell you, they were a person at that level. But he didn't win us yet. And the statement he made when he get up and he was leaving, he said, well, I should Google you. But I ain't no person who studied finance. I didn't study finance, Just through common sense and general knowledge and operating businesses and things, you learn and you research and you become, you become a person who have some kind of understanding of what's happening, but they lost, man. And the people just need to vet these people. You can't just vote for a person because a party send them. You can't just be supporter of a party and whatever they send you, you accept. You need the best. You want China. China don't, listen, you won't just run like that. You'll have a proper plan. Another plan that somebody prepared for you. So you don't really know, you don't know how it could be executed. You don't know if it could work. You know if it's reasonable. No, you have to have that plan. You have to be involved in that so that when they ask a question about that, you would answer. So tonight, be prepared. Some shocking information in reference to some of the information that's in this country. I have a good friend of mine, Mr. Smith,
Yeah, man.
Prophet Key, let me say it right, Keen Smith. Yeah, I want to say the right thing. I don't mess up your name.
Yeah, man, true job.
Yeah. Good evening, how you doing?
Good night, everything blessed.
Boy, listen, I must tell you on air that boy, listen, the show me you had some 2 weeks ago. We had a good ride on TikTok. Some 7,000 likes and thing. I tell you, a woman stopped me no longer than for this Thursday, no longer than Monday.
Right.
She said to me, that's you I see on TikTok with a Rasta fella. I said, yeah. I said, man, I start listening to you every Thursday. I said, why you was in? Yeah. So I didn't know you was be on the radio. And I said, but someone sent it to me and told me I have to take a look at it. Yeah. And said, now I'll be tuning this Thursday to you. And I said, well, man, you have called us on the line already?
Well, we doing it for the love, you know, man.
Engineer.
We doing it for the love.
He focused on something. But I see the line blinking. See, I mean, he started to show you. Let me go to the line. Primetime Independent Dingo. Hello? No? All right. It ain't going. Yeah, I said, I told you that when you said last time, I need to bring you back. Yeah. Because you offer, such reasonable suggestions about trying to fix the problem that we face in this country. I said, man, the conversation was very good. So I said, I need to bring you back. And we have a conversation of how we can fix this problem. So I'll give you some history. I'll give you some history about where we were some time ago and what we did and where we are now. We have a member of parliament and a cabinet minister who's in the House Assembly now, who tried to render assistance with the judicial system. His name is Wayne Roosevelt Monroe. He was, what do you call it? A temporary judge, right? It ain't the word, that's not the proper word. He was a sitting judge for a next judge. I think he was sick or was out or something like that. He sat on the bench for 3 months. And he adjudicated, and as a result of this swift justice and reasonableness of his ability, he did 56 cases in 3 months. When the calendar year of the Supreme Court in this country, he has anywhere between 8 to 13 cases a year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right. Yeah. He overseen 56 cases in 3 months. And was only a temporary judge for Supreme Court.
5 years of work almost.
Right, you see, and everyone thought that once the PLB win, he would be appointed to the Attorney General. But apparently they brought someone back who left the PLB when he was in power as Attorney General and went to the Tech Bank. But they bring him back as Attorney General. But everybody thought that Wayne Roosevelt Monroe would have been best person to deal with the system because he went there and did something no other judge ever in history of this country ever did. And his part of his plan was but the plea bargain was one of the strongest way to assist with the backlog. Why? Instead of a man getting 50 years for murder or 40 years for murder, let him and his lawyer understand what the evidence that the prosecution has. Give him a chance to change his plea, and give him and then reward him for lesser time. And as a result, the cases didn't last that long. Because persons that know the police got all this evidence when you on camera. You kill the man. And they should, why go through all that voir dire and this and that, and jury selection and jury examination, all that, killing all kind of time. Listen, this evidence we have against you. You want to change your plea? If you change your plea, instead of getting 40 years, we give you 25. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he, as a result, he made a mark. Wayne Roosevelt Monroe made a mark on the Baby Society and judicial system as a result of being on the bench for 3 months. 3 months. Right.
That's the logic and reasoning.
Right.
Yeah, you see.
The problem we have in this country now, and if you can remember, as Judge Mundry in 1990, I think it's 19, my mind serves me correctly, let me put that claw on there. My mind serves me correctly. In 1990, a black fellow was killed on the Eastern Road. I don't remember that.
It's a little boy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Black guy was killed on the Eastern Road.
Right.
Down the road from the property that he was accused of going on, right? He was shot in the road, and then he was carried on the back of a truck while his blood following from the crime scene back to the property, right? This resulted in the shooter, the accused shooter, getting bail. The Free National Movement went in 1992, right? He was charged for murder. I think in 1991 or 92, something like that. Anyhow, when the Free National Movement went, right? The Attorney General at the time, if my mind serves me correctly, I think it was Orwell Alton Tunquist.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I hope my mind serves me correctly. If any lawyers listening, if you could remember, I don't want to call the wrong name, but I think my mind is Orwell Tunquist, and he utilized a clause that's in the Constitution, what is called a noli prosequi. The noli prosequi is where the prosecution don't want to prosecute. Right.
Wow.
If you remember, it was used recently when a guy who was in possession of illegal firearm and one of the former cabinet ministers under the PLP, Jerome Fitzgerald, was sitting in for the Attorney General when she's out of the country, and he sent a noli prosequi to the magistrate court, and the magistrate sent it back to the Attorney General and said, listen, you send me a noli prosequi and you all even need to sign it. And they had to sign it. But that's what it is. The same thing, noli prosequi. So one was used under the Free National Movement, one was used under the PLP, right? For possession of illegal firearm. This guy.
So, I mean,
and the one under the
set free. I mean, the accused will just get set free.
Set free.
No case.
No case in answer. No case in answer. That's a privilege that the Attorney General has.
Right.
For whatever reason she deemed or he deemed necessary as a privilege in the clause. Because they put that there to make sure some people who they feel that shouldn't be a part of a victim of the justice system, they have that there so they can use that constitutionally to allow these people to go free. Now that don't mean that me and you will have that privilege to have that.
I just
or me and your kids will have a privilege.
I just gonna ask you, the person who might have do that crime back in 1990, what status this person was like in the country for them, you know, they made
well, he living like a king.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, see, listen to me. And my understanding that maybe there are, based on my research, I think there's a guy named Benjamin or something like that. He was the only person who was given bail before this guy. I could be wrong, but based on my research, it showed that Benjamin is the only person who was given bail for murder, I think in 1950 something, or 60 something. Given bail for murder because a norm in this country at the time, you couldn't get bail for serious offenses.
Right.
When you commit murder, kidnapping, rape, burglary house, burglary shop, you couldn't get bail. Serious offenses, causing grievous harm, you couldn't get bail.
Yeah.
You had to stay there until your case finished. The Privy Council ruled in one of the cases, I think with the guy name come back to me. Anyhow, they ruled that habeas corpus, right? Habeas corpus being you must bring forth, right? Habeas corpus that you must give these persons a chance to get bail. People lose and never get bail. No. You can never get bail before the rule of the Privy Council, habeas corpus, right? And persons started to get bail in reference to serious offenses. But before that, you couldn't get bail. So when you commit murder and things like that, you had to stay in the jail until you either win your case or until you finish your time. Right? Things have changed. We in the system today. Hold on the line already. Primetime Independent Thinker.
Primetime Thinker, I hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir.
Listen, under the original Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Attorney General didn't have answers to anybody. Now remember they created a new position called the Director of Public Prosecutions.
Right.
when they did that, they were talking about him being independent. There's no such thing as an independent director of public prosecution. Check the amendment they made to the Constitution. It is not there. Under the original Constitution with the Attorney General, it's lovely lock up the Prime Minister, you can lock him up. You don't have to answer to nobody. That's how the law was set up. So if anybody came to the Prime Minister, say, I can't answer nothing. You go to the Attorney General. The Attorney General answers to nobody. However, he could have used the Nolly prosecutor because he didn't have to give any explanation to anyone at any time on anything that he did. That's why that fellow was able to probably do what he did.
Hold on, before you go any further, you were saying that the Attorney General, under the Constitution, don't have to answer no one?
No, he doesn't. I said under the original. Listen to my words carefully now.
The original what?
The original Constitution. They amended the law, whereby
Who amended the law?
the Constitution.
No, I know who amended the Constitution.
The Constitution was amended by the Parliament. They didn't have to have a referendum for it.
No, certain sections of the Constitution don't need a referendum.
What I'm saying to you, sir, is that the Attorney General, who is an independent entity in the Constitution, the Attorney General has to be a member of the Cabinet, but he's independent. He doesn't have to answer to anybody. That's how it was set up under the original constitutional law. However, under the system as it is now, the Director General,
Director.
one who was named
Director of Public Prosecution.
Let me make sure I get it
TPP.
right.
TPP.
Public prosecution has to give a reason when the Nolly prosecution is set up. Prior to that, before the law was changed, Primetime thinker, the Attorney General didn't have to answer to anyone. That's how it was set up originally. But now it is changed differently. However, under this new amendment, the Director of Public Prosecution, if the Attorney General gives him direct instruction, oral or written, he cannot tell the Attorney General I ain't doing it. He has to do it. That's in the law. That's how it is set up now. So there has to be an explanation if there's a Nolly prosecutor that's used by the Director of Public Prosecution. He's not independent. You check thoroughly the document. Check the amendment to the law. There is no independence in the Director of Public Prosecution.
Yeah, but call it before you go any further. It'll never be an independence to the Director, the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution.
Listen to me.
Until the Bahamian people have an opportunity to vote for the Director of Public Prosecution, that would be independent. Because if a person hire you,
Listen.
You have onus, you have some sort of onus to them.
Listen.
That's how life is. We only human.
No, but this is how the law was set up originally. That's what I'm saying to you. You can't even vote for him now. He's appointed by the government of the Bahamas, but he's under the Attorney General. He answers to the Attorney General. You get what I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, sir. I listen to you.
Oh, okay, all right. So what I'm saying now, if a Nolly prosecutor is used now, there has to be an explanation as to why. Under the original law, with the Attorney General, no Director of Public Prosecution, he don't have to answer to nobody.
Let me give you a question before you go. The Free National Movement leader, the leader of opposition, the Honorable Michael Pintar, he's saying that the government must speed up trials and work with the agency to revoke bail in cases where a suspect is a clear danger to others. What kind of nonsense that is?
I think that is complete nonsense.
That's nonsense. Because the Constitution, the highest court of appeal, the Privy Council, on Downing Street is saying that after 18 months, a year and a half, they consider as a reasonable time. That's why they put 18 months. They consider as a reasonable time that a man should be incarcerated without having a chance to hear his matter, have his matter heard. They deem that 18 months was a reasonable time. It's telling you that you got to give them bail, that you must give them bail. right?
No, you're correct, Primetime thing. I'm not knocking that at all. That's why the National Security Minister said to particular personalities that went to them for protection, they can't hold him. If he wants to go today or tomorrow, he could go. You see, so now we have a situation where the rights of the individual citizen, the question has to be asked whether the right of the individual citizen supersedes the rights of the majority of the people of this country. That's the predicament we're in now. The man tells me they got 178 people out on murder, bail for murder. Some of them got 2 and 3 murders under their wrap.
Right, that's why I asked court, we go all on one there, second pin right there. And I asked a question on my show some time ago when I was talking about the crime. Is it possible, right, that families could sue the Attorney General who families were killed by murderers who were charged and given bail?
You asked a very good question. Yes, they can. They can take legal action. Anyone who is wronged in this country, this is why you have the system of justice. They can take action against the Attorney General. In fact, some people already taken action against the Attorney General and some other people, because they feel their rights have been violated. So if a family believes that their constitutional rights, of course you got to be able to prove it now, has been violated, they have a right to take action. That's in the law. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
You know, there's been so much, Primetime thing, there's been so much crap and confusion to the minds of the Bahamian people because they're listening to people who do not understand constitutional law. That is the problem in this country. And so a lot of foolishness and a lot of nonsense, and people are being unjustly dealt with because they don't know the law. And unfortunately, this is a major problem. So you see this high murder rate?
yes, sir.
And the individual has the right to bail. I'm not knocking that. That's Constitution. That's why the minister said that, you know, if he wanted to go, you can't hold him. And he's right. He's correct with that. Now, the question has to be asked, which is most important? The interest of the Bahamian people or the right of a particular personality? Does that supersede the right of the majority? The answer to that is no.
Thank you, God. I gotta go take my first commercial break, and when I come back, I'll continue my conversation with my special guest, Keen Smith. He's in the chair. Prophet Keen Smith is in the chair. We're gonna talk about some solutions and ideas that we feel that could help the judicial system, because it appears the judicial system is at a stalemate. It's idle. When you have 90,000 warrants, when you have 178 persons on bail for murder, when you have 170 murders cases to be tried, when you have, I don't know, what is happening with the witness protection program? Is that operational? When you have the leader of the opposition telling the public that the government, making it appear that the government needs to do more about revoking bail, when clearly legal advice to the Free National Movement will tell him that the system don't work like that. They was in power 4 years ago. 4 years ago they was in power. And they couldn't lock up people. People was getting killed during the pandemic when we was locked down, and they couldn't prevent people from getting bail. So how come all of a sudden, when I understand where the Free National Movement coming from, they're making a statement to show that the PLP have the ability to correct the problem. They have faith, and this government too, and this new day government. Well, I'll take a break on that. We'll take our first commercial break when we come back. I'll continue my conversation with Prophet Keen Smith. He's in the chair tonight after the break.
Cancer. It's a word no one wants to hear. But at Cancer Treatment Centers of America, we hear it every day. It's a word we've dedicated our lives to overcoming by changing the way patients are treated. And now we're part of City of Hope, which is one of the nation's top 10 cancer hospitals. Together, we'll combine leading-edge clinical research with precision cancer treatment, so we can be there when you need us most. So when you hear the word cancer, there's another word that should come to mind. Hope. Call now.
You've dreamt it. You've worked hard for it. And now you've got it. You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor and know that you're covered in case of a disaster, like an unexpected fire or a vehicular collision. At Magic Insurances, we focus on settling your claims quickly and fairly so you can get back to enjoying your life. Magic Insurances. Fast, fair, and always there.
Yeah, we're back. We're back live with the Great Studio 1187. This is Primetime. Before I go to my guest, Mr. Prophet Keane Smith, I must state that I'm going to write a letter to Oika. I'm going to write a letter to CC a copy to Oika. And then I'm going to test the system. I think payments are being taken advantage in this country as a result of either we too lazy or we just tired and so fed up with the system that we don't have no faith in them, or we have very little faith in them. So I'm going to test the system because Cable Bahamas, my cable was off, my internet was off at one of my business places on Wolf Road for some 4 months, 3-4 months, and Cable Bahamas sent me a bill for $460. Right? The gentleman came there. We keep on calling them to come. You running a business where male men hang out, watch the game, watch the football, watch basketball, and the internet was off. And so for months we couldn't watch it, we couldn't use the TV or nothing. And when I keep on complaining, they sent a guy there, he went up on the pole and he fixed the problem. He said he would write a report that what his findings was on the pole. So which means that I am not allowed to go up on the pole. I don't know what to do if I go up on the pole. So that means they had to be in the one to come and fix it. Right? They came and fixed it. They turned the internet back on. But I then had to pay $460 for the bill. Every month they gave me a bill while the internet was off. And I was refusing to pay, because they called me to pay a bill when I had no internet. And then they turned around and said they will refund me back. But I must pay the bill first, and then they refund me back. Then they turned around and refund me back $60 or $460 when I had no internet for 3 months. So why should I be made to pay $460 for internet when I had none? And then they refund me back $60 out of the $400, and that's it. No wonder that's you was refunded. I mean, that's just wrong. If I had no service, how is it possible that OICA will allow Cable Bahamas, right, to charge Bahamians when they ain't got no service? When your service stop, your system, your computer system will show you that particular number or IP or whatever ain't had no internet. There's no record of where they Google search or do anything because they don't have no internet. So how they can still charge me $400? Which resulted in me now, they got my internet off again. But it's off this time because I ain't paid. I want to get my $400 back. Because right now, I considering Starlink, where you pay $51 a month, unlimited data. $51 a month, unlimited data. You pay $16 to the government in taxes. Starlink, who registered office based on my research. The registered office is under what's the law firm? I think it's Lennox Payton. Lennox Payton. Yeah, that's a law firm, I think, based on my research. who's the registered office for Starlink, and $51 a month. 51. So any persons in this country who tired of the bad service from cable Bahamas and cable and wireless and alive them, man, listen, Starlink, go online. Everything's done online. The government is getting the taxes on it. So it's not a legal thing. It's registered ICA. It's registered ICA. And go and get your Starlink. Trust me. I did by West Marine yesterday and Fort Lauderdale, right on the corner of US 1. I buy a Starlink, $349. They're going back up because they had a special run for $299. And you get $51 a month. And you could get unlimited data and $235 you can look up on it. And they just debit your card every month. And then they take out the government tax, $16 tax or $17 tax, add on to the $51. And the Bahamian people need to get with it. We don't have to accept and endure the bad and worthless and government services that these mercenaries continuously perpetrate on the black poor people in this country. I must say that. I will write a letter on Monday to give a report to the Bahamian people. I give them till January. So that if I write it Monday, that'll be November. January, I will come back and see what we can respond and come what kind of operation run in this country. What is working in this country? I will test them. See, we don't test the system. We complain, we have legitimate claim, but we don't test the system. Put them to the test. You're paying tax dollars is paying them. Big money. I will test them. Yeah, I remember I tell you. I will test how you go. January, I will report back to the Bahamian people what response, if any, what response for cable Bahamas and I go. Worthless and bad and good for non-service they gain payments in this country. Mr. Prophet Kane Smith, based on the information that the caller, the constitutionalist caller, who usually call, he's a senior man in this country, what he said needs happen. What is your view? What you think as a regular citizen in this country, who have this country at heart, and what is your view and what need to be done? We need an approach, urgent approach. We need a long-term approach to try to deal with the problem that we will face with this crime problem in this country. What's your suggestion?
And from when you look at it, right, crime and poverty is going on and on, right? So you'd have to attack and say poverty, but just say jumping on those guys who on bail for murder. For them to get charged for murder, I mean, it was some sort of information there, because, you know, allegedly, even though you say innocent, they're proven guilty, so you say alleged murderers, but it's still with some sort of information there for you to get charged. So even if they do something like, say, upgrade from the scheme, because, you know, like, guys have the scheme now for certain guys who being, like, in jail for, or who being on good behavior, like, to say, when it used to be Bahamas Food Service, like, you work in the day, and you come back, sleep in jail at night. So even if it don't be the actual prison, all right, so that's the crime is then murder. So, because you see these guys, as soon as they get on bail for murder, it's like they don't even have no more long pants in their closet. Everyone wearing short pants to show they get this anklet walking around and what's not. Okay, we can put you all in a halfway house. You're working for minimum wage, almost something like a prison. You weren't really on the prison grounds, right? But that's a murder you charge for. So instead of a guy being on bail for 3 murders, no. You don't get charged for murder, my brother. You won't be roaming the streets freely like that. But you can go to a place like a halfway house, you work. That could be something that could be implemented right now. You can build a place like, okay, where you all got to work. You're probably working for minimum wage or a little something. You're still getting with it, but until your case do, you won't be just to be able to roam the streets free. You still, like saying, you still got to come a place to sleep with, have security, almost like a detention center, but not like just a little upgrade from that. You know what I mean? Because if you then giving them bail and you letting them walk around with anklet, you know what I mean? Like nothing. Okay, so we put you in a halfway house. You're working where we want you to work, to whatever office, clean up this place, work to the dump, wherever it is. But you can work for the government. You know what I mean? Because basically, you know, so that's something we can jump on right now. Because even like I saying, speed up the cases, like I say, for many years it's being backlogged. So don't just try to say speed up the cases, because like you say, they wasn't doing it. But something like that, the guys in for murder, all right, so you all working for us now. You all ain't walking the streets, just walking around these anklet, feeling like your ego trip and what's not, or you get 3 under your belt, you get 2 under your belt, you know what I mean? And then walk around these anklet like this a badge of honor, you know what I mean? So I think now something like a halfway house, little upgrade from the scheme, you can do something like that for them, you know?
It's a great idea. And my suggestion to add to what you said, I think the government, the $70 million that they claim that they can go build prison, or 70, 90 million, 80 million, whatever they say, whatever the amount is, right? Because I don't want to show off shaft whoever get the contract. So it's 70 million, 80 million, 90 million, whenever they feel that they change the figure to or add it up to or what they come to, I think they should build it in Andres.
Seriously.
I think they should move the prison system from out of Nassau. I think I think Fox Hill should just be a holding center for persons who want to come to court. When they have to come to court, then bring them back. Use Fox Hill, it's overburdened. Persons are living in Fox Hill prison like dogs.
Yeah.
They stuck in these little cubicle like sardine, right? I mean, when you get a bunch of man in one place, right? All they doing explaining what happened and finding the ways what caused them to get caught, with this and that. Be wiser. It's like a training ground, and you graduate when you come to prison to be a better criminal. Yeah. We have to create a system where it's not really a jail, but more an institution of correction. When people go there and you can't leave until you get a trade. You know, while you're there, you must wait to help feed yourself, cut down the cost on taking care of you, and maybe even offering a remuneration to the victims. Yeah. Watch this. I talk about a case that happened on East Street some years ago. A guy killed his girlfriend, shot her point blank. Her little children was in Pampers and just barely talking, just walking, 4 or 5 of them was right there holding on to the mommy while she was bleeding to death. Right? Right there. You think it's fair or it's humanly right or reasonable for them children to grow up paying tax to feed the nigga what killed their mom? What could maybe cause their life to be hard and unfair to them to watch that psychologically to see their mom bleeding and they can't help her and they can't do it and she die. You understand? You think it's right for them to be wicked, paying tax to a consolidated fund that would feed the fellow what killed their mom for 30, 40 years? No. Let them wait and take care of them children. Indirectly. You pay it to a fund or pay it to an account. Listen, the things that their mother will do for them, they should still be subject to get that. Through the labor of the person who take them from her. Give him, instead of giving him just 40 years, and you get 100 years. You get 40 if you continuously work when you're able to assist the victims. Or the persons who left of the victims. Right? And then take care of your expense. But the players that we just running a system where we just put these people up there, put them Fox Hill, and just, whenever they time come, they release. I mean, no rehabilitation or limited rehabilitation. And the cycle continue. We need to stop the cycle. The world is a cycle, but the prison ought to be a cycle. You know what I mean? The recidivism rate in this country is too high. We breeding criminal. When you treat people like dog, you expect them to act. Use Fox Hill prison, my humble opinion. Now, persons might disagree. That's up to them. I ain't mad. My humble opinion is use Fox Hill prison as a holding facility. Put the jail and Andres. Plenty of people, all they do, they continuously fueling these criminals. They carry the Fox Hill prison, carrying them food every day. I mean, getting them, trying to send them minutes. Encouraging prison officers to carry dope to them and all kind of things. And Andres, who will get on the boat to go Andres, they'll carry a plate of food to them. Listen, things change. But when you continuously have persons, right, who have influence, who fear change, things remain the same. We have to change, we have to adapt with the changes that happen as time goes on. Years ago, there was no internet. Years ago, person was get bail for murder. Things change, you get bail for murder. You understand? So as things change, you must adapt. You must pivot the system. You must change the system. You understand? Put the $70 million inside Andres. They got enough ground. You could fence in 150 acres. If you could give China, if you could get lattice, 100 acres, 200,000 acres, 10,000 acres, and you could get the I group in Iguana, 10,000 acres. You can't get the prison 10,000 niggas.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, they can make Fox like a all boys school, like how you saying too. Like how you saying, like almost like that type of mentality. You know what I mean? Like more trades, like make it. You gotta work. Since you wasn't doing it on you wasn't doing it on the road. I mean, not necessarily I want to do crime wasn't working, but if you wasn't doing it on the road, okay, we making you work, my brother. You come into
You have to work to survive.
You doing that.
Right?
You know what I
They
mean?
sit down in Fox prison.
Yeah.
Get fat.
Yeah.
They guarantee 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
They guarantee protection.
Yeah.
They get bright.
Yeah.
Now some of them find boyfriend in jail.
Sorry.
Listen, until they change the system,
Yeah.
until they change the system and move towards ending recidivism or minimizing recidivism in this country, things will never change.
I remember they used to do like the walkabouts with the policemen, like whatever police station, whether there was not more policemen to be walking through the neighborhoods like daily and different things. I remember even like back in my parents, I'm talking when they grew up to school, I forget they call it like the patrol officer or something like they say, making sure you go to school because nowadays when you driving the road, I used to be saying like, hey, school start 10 o'clock, eh? You know what I mean? Like you just watching the children going to school at a certain time. So we got to be attacking from these children, from the youth. We got to get from primary school. We got to get from high school. We got to be dealing with these things from now. You know what I mean? That's what we got to jump on. And like I say, when it comes to the poverty, that's what be producing most of this crime. And then even on the macro scale of things, right? Where we then allow so many people, like, okay, this Nassau ain't get no bigger. Like how you say, things change, right? But Nassau still 21/7. All right, so now we done add about, for the last about 20 years, we must see done add about another 250,000 people, or 500,000 or whatever. A bunch of different cultures over here who dollar ain't as powerful as our dollar, right? So you know, when things based on survival, people will do anything when they dealing with survival. They be immoral, they'll do anything just to grab the dollar. And people ain't seeing this, that's why this crime is running rampant because everyone just watching the dollar before payments. You know, the tribe would do no survival. If it was two of us sitting in the car and $20 was there, okay, me and you would split the 20, 10, and 10. But now you get the same 20, you get 200 people sitting in this car. But man, me and you need 10 people to survive. You see what I'm saying? So now somebody got to get eliminated. Some got to do this, and so and everything concentrated right on this little one island. You see how much people on this one island nowadays. You see how much traffic in the west. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost so much crazy competition till everyone just stay up on each other. So we really gotta jump from schools, like how you say, we could spread out the nation. You know what I mean? We could be putting other things and have the brothers them building. Like how you say, if they won't put the things in Andres, man, they have the brothers them building their own prison almost. You see what I'm saying?
You know, the prison right now at Fox Hill, they just make block, you know.
Real.
They just make block.
Real.
So take that system from Fox Hill, set up a proper rehabilitation center. I don't even want to call it a prison. Right? I don't want to call it Alcatraz. I put a system in 100. 100's got the land. The benefit with North Andres is Andres have the land, but it also has the land to put these fellas to work. When I came out of Andres, South Andres, when I came out of high school, I was working on a boat called the Bahama Wave. We used to go to North Andres. We used to bring back 40-foot containers of onion, 40-foot containers of cabbage, 40-foot containers of grapefruit, 40-foot containers of pepper. This is when I came to high school in Andres I came to school in 1990. You know what I say? I mean, Andres have the land and the ability, the soil and the ability to grow things. You get the fellas up there with all that energy, right? Who all night talking and trying to find out which way what caused them get catch, what they do wrong, and trying to explain that to one another, and ended up. They can be using that energy to work. When they come to prison, they can have thousands of dollars on account. They can help the victim. A portion go to their cost of living, a portion go to them as saving, and a portion go to them to the victims. We gotta find a way. We gotta find a way to not only cut costs, but improve the system. But we got to be serious about it. That's the only way it'll work. We have to be disciplined and dedicated to it.
And we could help them like this too, you know, like already said, we're talking about the cure, right? No prevention better than cure, so right. So right now we're talking about the cure, so right. So what we could do, if those guys, if you do the program, instead of being like, oh, let's see when you're signing up for a job, you know what I mean, to say, oh, have you been convicted, you can't get a job. No. If this guy didn't do the program, you should be able to hire him for this job now. Nothing else should stop. If you only based it on to say, oh, have you been convicted of any criminal offense, he put yes, and that's the only reason. No. he do this program now, he have a trade, so he should be able to work for this construction company, this plumbing company now when he come out, you know what I mean? Even start his own business, or even if he didn't spend that amount of time, right? Even if you don't work with him to say, okay, really do psych evaluation, man, this brother make a change or what's not. Man, let the brother start one company if that's what he really interested in. Because one of my brothers right now, honestly, he do 3 years in prison. You know, he say he learn plumbing in prison. This brother right now, like he have his own company. Honest, he have his own company right now. He come out, he start doing his plumbing. He say, you know, I learned that by again. I learned that in prison, bro. I used to do a little plumbing and what's not. He's in medium security, and now he have his own plumbing company. So here it is. If these guys do this program, okay, well, the system then, since they look like they really make the change and they then do the time, they do the program. So when they come out, man, don't make it so hard for them to find jobs. Don't do nothing like that, because it ain't like the young people don't want work. So now when we go to the prevention, man, from primary school, we could be creating more opportunities. But see, just like how we allowing these same government, the same people we voting to say, oh, tourism is a number industry, only putting one industry, man, we could expand these industries, create more opportunities, have more entrepreneurs on this road, because how it is, now we then had, what the guy named, Johnny Kemp used to sing that song, and then Freddie Munnins. How it is, we done have these musicians, right? But now we ain't even big in the music industry now. We could have music studios inside these schools. Like, you have some of these brothers, them okay, they could sing, they could rap, all these girls, whoever. So at the end of the day, we could be creating more opportunities for these children so they don't even make it there. Because if everyone was working, because I think it's either Netherlands or someplace like that, like, the unemployment rate so low till it's almost like no crime, because everyone working. See, nobody, if I busy working, I have no time to be watching what you doing, because I busy on my job, everyone jamming, everyone helping the economy for all of us to move forward together, you know. So, yeah, man.
Listen, what you saying could wait. If people, if we have a committee or we have something where they are open to suggestions, why? Can it be, you think it makes sense where awards be issued to the general public who come with a proper plan? Because it appears that it's hard to get things to go through the political system. We have to stop looking to them for all the answers to the problem that we face, right? They get voted in, they get voted out, problem still exists, persists and exists. Some things gotta change. The ordinary citizens in this country need to make a greater effort in being a part of the conversation of governance in this country, offering solutions and ideas and force change. See, for years I sit behind the mic. I offer ideas. I don't mind if they don't accept them because they feel, oh, Johnson ain't nobody, man. He ain't up here with us, he ain't the level with us, but take it from other people then. Something got to happen. No one was hanging in this country since 2000. No one. Hanging doesn't guarantee, or capital punishment doesn't guarantee that it will stop killing you. Because if the Bible is 100% correct, Cain and Abel was the first murder, right? Killing, and that's before Christ. That's BC. There's after Christ, come on, and people killing still happening. So it clearly showed that punishment for an eye for an eye, for tooth for tooth, hasn't stopped murder. But at least if you hang a person who killed, that one didn't kill no more. He wouldn't have 3 murders under his belt. He wouldn't have 4 murders under his belt. He wouldn't have 5 murders under his belt. But when you got these persons who went to foreign school, right? Babies who went to foreign school, who went abroad, and they have friends and companions who on these commissions, human rights commission, and they, all of a sudden they switch. Oh, they don't believe in hanging. Hanging isn't a cure for murder. You know, but never tell you that. Hanging is a guarantee that when you kill the person who killed, they ain't kill no more. And listen, it's easy for them. My humble opinion is this: the backlog with the cases, we have to eliminate the jury. That's one of the biggest problems. Trying to do all these voir dires and seeing with these jury selection and jury examinations and picking on who biased and all. Listen. Plenty legal systems are working around the world with juries. You could put 5 panel judges, 6, 7 panel, whatever number. I won't put one number. They say, oh, you only want 5. No, whatever amount of judges, 3 judges, 5 judges, 7 judges, 9 judges. Let them examine. They have experience in the legal field. Let them examine the evidence. You understand? Empower the police with every academy where they're educating them and crime fighting. Let different officers go to different schools so that they can improve the investigation. Improve the investigation, improve their scenes of crime method. You have technology, DNA, and all this and things. You listen to me. We have to do something. You can't just keep on making stupid statements. Like the leading officer saying, "Oh man, all you need," they'll call on the line. Primetime independent nigga. Hello, calling you live. Hello, Primetime independent nigga. Go ahead, caller. All right, they must be listening to their phone. Call back. If you listening on your radio, you have to turn your radio off and listen to the phone. And I'll come to you. Call back, or I'll try again in the next minute to see if you have to call back or turn the radio off because maybe you're listening. Okay. We try again. Primetime independent nigga. Hello? Hello. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The suggestions you offer are perfect. And to the politicians today, governmental and opposition, do they care?
No, they don't.
They get no. When last a politician got killed in this country?
Serious thing. I see. That's all the time I see.
Oh, what was it? No. The last person get killed. No. The last person get killed was Chuck Widget.
Yeah, Chuck Widget. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And that was at the time when that was in 1988, 99.
No man. That was before 99. I think that was before. Around
Not 99, 1990. That's why I say 89, 90.
That was 1999? Like 93.
The former Prime Minister was still the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
The former Prime Minister of the Great Lakes in the North Carolina was still the Prime Minister at the time.
That's a while.
It was
Right.
around 94.
94?
But you know, President get up power in 92.
No, 94. So the Great Lakes in the building was in the power then. It was in 94.
I can tell you.
I thought it was around 88, 89. I thought it was around 1990. Before the election, 92. I thought it was before 1990. I mean, my mind was certainly correct. I'm getting old now.
But you say you stood up with even the police with their education because you know they deal more with intimidation and interrogation. And
No, them days gone. Because
Yeah, you know,
the Commissioner of Police will have to pay plenty lawsuit if they didn't change away from them days gone where you could interrogate people by using waterboard and injuring people and beating people. Them days gone, huh?
97.
97 he was killed? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Chuck Widget.
Yeah.
Right. That was the last politician to get killed. Not only that, they had a ruling in a case with the Maxio Tito case. I don't know if you ever heard of the Maxio Tito case.
Yeah.
It's where the Privy Council made a historical ruling, right? And the Free National Movement is in power. And they asked the parliament of this country to determine who have the greatest right to live in this country. And you wouldn't believe what the politicians' response was. The Free National Movement was the government. You wouldn't believe what the Free National Movement sent back and passed laws to justify when the justice asks them to determine who have the right to live in this country. You wouldn't believe. Them!
Yeah.
When they asked them to justify what the Privy Council had ruled, what the Privy Council had ruled in the Maxio TV case, when they stabbed the girl, his girlfriend, right? They kill her, right? They chuck stick up on her, they burn her, they roll over the truck, they gang rape her, all that, right? And the Privy Council said that was in the waste of the waste. See, I ain't smart like them. I ain't been doing law for 50, 60 years like them. You ask me that, my response would have been to them, the voice of the voice murder is when the person take their last breath.
That's all right.
Ain't nobody life more important than somebody else's own. Right. So the Bahamian people must read that case or must understand or just get try to figure out why would you pick that when the Privy Council said who life is the most important in your country, ain't the people who vote for them, you know. It's them.
Yeah, right.
They said when you kill a politician, that's the voice of the voice.
Wow. That's
Many people don't know that.
Don't say they move around the line like they believe, you know.
They have to because If the Free National Movement vote in the parliament and send back to the Privy Council that the voice of when you kill a politician, then I don't blame the politicians in this country to walk around with their head and their chest up.
Serious thing.
Because the people really do nothing about that. How a politician's life is more important than my own?
Real right. Real right.
How a politician's life is more important than your life?
Serious thing.
They breathe the same oxygen you bleed.
Yeah.
You cut them, you bleed red blood. You cut me, I bleed red blood.
Yeah.
So how they like more important than my own?
Serious thing. And that's what the BM people sharing. And the people keep on worshiping these people like there's some gods walking around here.
I tell you this. The Privy Council did that. The test the politicians in this country. And they even didn't know that.
Seriously.
That was a test.
That's the word.
Because if the Bahamian people vote for them,
Right.
they should be the sharpest and the brightest, eh? Right?
the
And if they go rule that their life, the politicians' life in our assembly, is more important than the ordinary people who vote for them.
Real right.
I mean, we got the worst set of politicians in the world.
Come on.
We got the most ignorant set of people in the world at leading the country.
Real right.
Because if you go vote that killing a politician is the worst of the worst, and then I got enough sense to vote you in power,
Real right.
I don't blame them.
Serious right.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. That's why all them is lawyers, you know what I mean?
Not only lawyers, no, some of them
Most of them,
doctors,
yeah,
some of them
doctors.
businessmen. But
that's
that,
what I tell you. Yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
but they just saying, like how you say, I tell you last time, like that's why they enjoying this crime, you know. They enjoying this poverty, they enjoying all this, because the people sick, or when people poor, they malnourished, you know what I mean? They sick, so the doctors making money, the lawyers making money when all this crime going on, and that's what we voting. We need to start voting some farmers, some plumbers, some carpenters, you know what I mean? That's what we need to start voting for. You see what they say?
we have a failed system that we hold and trying to protect, right? A failed system, a failed political system. In the political system today, Mr. Smith,
So,
a person can run in Angleton and don't live there. But in order for you to vote there, see, when you vote there, you only want to vote, you know. But when you, as a member of parliament, you represent 3,000, 3,300, 4,400, 5,000, 6,000 people. Right? But you don't gotta live there. You can live out west in your mama house and life will keep. Right? Live out east. Live out, you know, in the White Grove. And you represent people who you don't know how they living. Right? But you don't even gotta live there. You could say live out west. But if you want to vote there, you gotta live there.
yeah, man.
Broken system.
Yeah, they get me people so happy just for one little collect and one little party and one Kong Solid walk through the corner, shake their hand, give them one little bite. And you see nowadays.
Oh, give them a little bit back, boy.
Yeah, and they don't even make them owners. They get them on contract. I see my people, they say, man, look, this by them, they weed, they'll think now they raking up on place, they using their weed, walk on the side of the road, but these man they wouldn't let them own no landscaping company, wouldn't let them be entrepreneurs. But once they get one little contract, just have enough, you know
See,
what I
but
mean?
you bringing that up, Mr. Smith, you're so right. Let me tell you this. Years ago, right, I ran for the government at the time to implement, please, and I begged them, please implement local government in Nassau. They don't want to do it. I don't know why, right? Local government is also a facet of the puzzle for crime, you know. If you empower people, if you empower people in Angleton, right, to be responsible, they paying companies $35,000 a month for the garbage truck. Watch this. If you say, listen, we can provide you your first garbage truck, we will the $33,000 that we pay this company, we will pay you. Your constituency, Angleton, you live in Angleton, Angleton will get a garbage truck and a monthly payment of $35,000. You are responsible for your own garbage. The persons who, we will set the rules, how this was run. The persons who working on the garbage truck for Angleton must be from Angleton. Registered voters in Angleton. And by you see what I'm saying? I say, you empowering the people who on the block who ain't got no job. Right? You helping them to keep the area where they live clean. Right? You almost have a crime watch operational from some constituency office or something. Right? Where persons, reporting incident or renewal is part of the office. They don't want the system to work, because if the system works, the greatest strength of lousy, worthless government politicians is dependency.
Yeah.
They need you to be dependent on them.
Right, yeah.
If you're dependent on them, they control you.
Yeah, most definitely.
You can't control Elon Musk.
No, not at all.
Who owns Tesla,
Yeah,
who
you
owns
see.
Starlink.
Yeah,
You can't control him.
Yeah,
Why?
for sure.
200 billion
Yeah,
he got.
real talk.
You
Yeah,
can't
see.
control when the man is empowered.
Yeah.
You can't control a human when he's empowered. I'll take a second commercial break. We'll take a second commercial break when we come back. We continue my conversation with my special guest, good friend, Prophet Ken Smith. He's in the chair
That's all.
right after the.
Cancer. It's a word no one wants to hear. But at Cancer Treatment Centers of America, we hear it every day. It's a word we've dedicated our lives to overcoming by changing the way patients are treated. And now we're part of City of Hope, which is one of the nation's top 10 cancer hospitals. Together, we'll combine leading-edge clinical research with precision cancer treatment, so we can be there when you need us most. So when you hear the word cancer, there's another word that should come to mind. Hope. Call now.
You've dreamt it. You've worked hard for it. And now you've got it. You deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor and know that you're covered in case of a disaster, like an unexpected fire or a vehicular collision. At Magical Insurances, we focus on settling your claims quickly and fairly so you can get back to enjoying your life. Magical Insurances. Fast, fair, and always there.
Chair this evening is my special guest and great philosopher. I even philosopher because listen, he know how to break it down in literal term for the people to understand. He know how to do it. I guarantee you, if you've been tuning in us earlier, you'll hear him say some things that listen. The politicians don't say these things. Why they don't say it? Because they need you to be lost. That's how they control you. See, listen. The politicians in this country believe representation is lifting up your baby, kind of funeral when a fella in the area dead, get killed, or coming around walking through and getting you and calling you one bag. I don't need no bag. I need an opportunity. I need the same privilege you and your children got. I don't need no bag with no 1 pound of sugar, no 1 onion, no 1 tuna, no some rice with a hammer with a big pot. Some parboiled. I don't need no parboiled rice. I don't need the $25,000 y'all getting, y'all politicians, y'all members of parliament getting every month. The Bahamian people need that to come to an account with an office, the constituency office, where they can help themselves clean along the street, keep the garbage pick up on the park, keep the park walls painted, keep these old people who house leaking and there's cameras on these roofs. Bahamian people need that. Stop letting the $25,000 go to your account. The FNM did that. The baby people. They allow the money to go to the MP account. And half of them, because one of them, I tell you, when half of them, I wouldn't say half of them, I ain't going to the National Party. A candidate declared some years ago when he was running $14 on the bank book. And living in my house. Right? You think if that member of parliament or a member of parliament in that situation like that, getting $25,000 go to your account every 3 months, every quarter. You think all that money coming off talking about the head of the public who he representing? What about these members of parliament who ain't running no more? They don't have to guarantee, say, the $25,000 spent every dollar going to the account. You only get maybe about 3 or 4 members of parliament right now today who say, no, don't put it in my account. I'll set up an account to the constituency office and let it go there. Let the people, that's their money, that's for them, let it go there.
They have to provide audits to the government though.
They have to provide audit? Man, listen, you think, now hold on now. If you have a caller line, hold on, I'm coming to call right now. If you think that members of parliament could go on the radio, lie, and tell the baby people, say they disclose when March 31st is the end, the last of you, a member of parliament to disclose, and then disclose, you didn't went with any, man, right now, independent nigga.
Yes, let me say something about this crime watch area. You know, that statement has been beaten, it's been misused. When you talk about crime watch area, just about the whole and Nassau, the Bahamas is in the crime watch area, and if you go crime watching, you probably end up with a stiff neck or pet neck. People are frustrated because they don't have any money for the crime watch area. That's a joke.
No, but listen, hold on, God, before you go anywhere, listen to me. The Crime Watch is a system, right, that citizens on patrol usually is be where a car is granted to a constituency, right, and citizens signed up as a network who all render offer their time, right, free of charge to patrol the constituency. And if they see anything suspicious or anything that they feel that is not normal, they call the police. Right. I tell you, it can work. It working. It is work. It have records and proof that it work. It's just that they gotta be serious. The $25,000 gonna buy one car for the crime to see. They can buy one Japanese car, plain Japanese car for sale over the hill. And then we'll buy a new car. Let the constituency, places who live in the area, sign up, be a part of the crime watch. He will do 2 hours, he off. He said he won't mind doing 2 hours. They could do that. This one do 3 hours, this one do an hour. People don't mind helping. Because when I on patrol, I watching their house. When they on patrol, they watching my house. That's what it's about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying...
But they don't want you. They don't want you. Listen to me. They don't want that to happen. If that happened, it would eliminate one of the greatest strengths of what this politician. You know what it eliminate?
Okay, so I guess the money that goes to the piggy bank, the 25,000, that's the politician's personal money. So
No, it's the indirect increase. That's what it is.
yeah, but that's a bonus purpose. Bye.
What I tell you? Listen to me, Mr. Smith. And they don't laugh at my name. But it's just that you gotta laugh because you'll bust on crying.
Seriously.
These people, I mean, I don't understand what they think this is.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is open up why wouldn't, I mean, I have one politician yet on the House of Assembly. Every time you get a chance to speak, I need a constituency office. I need local government instituted in my area. Please.
Yeah.
Why they can't do that?
No.
They ain't worried about us.
Yeah, man,
They don't live there.
Yeah,
How
seriously.
many politicians live in Village?
Seriously.
The only politicians I know live in the area is Mother Pratt.
Real right.
And she no more politicians, she's the Governor General.
That's the why.
Right?
Seriously.
How much more politicians? Name them.
And the thing is, but they auntie and their family live there and they ain't even chat.
They ain't worried about them,
watching
man.
nothing. Seriously.
They listen to me. I didn't tell you, I said it earlier, you know. The problems, plenty solutions that you offer, that I offer, that other places on different stations, that other places who part of the society offer could work.
Yeah.
But we are fighting against a system where persons who control the country, persons who have power, they ain't putting in their head that all this crime problem, we could constituency, we could local government can help.
Yeah.
Keep deputize people, put a mayor or governor in the area or consul general or whatever.
Yeah.
Put both different. Listen, you don't think if I live in this area, say I live in the Grove,
Right.
I don't know that you got about 15 places that have dialect homes. You ever call online again? I can tell you right now. That you have 15 homes that don't have no window, no door. Guys hang around, hide gun, or they hang around and meet to do armed robbery or clean up the area, trash, garbage. That's what $25,000 for. Why they don't want to give it to people? And that's their own. It got to be a direct increase that the Free National Movement or the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minutes and his merry men them did.
Right.
It had to be in. Because if that $25,000 is constituency money, why do you go to the account where the constituent have access to draw it off? You could put a secretary general, a treasurer, a deputy treasurer where you have to have 5 or 6 signatures to draw the money off. They had to be in the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know why they didn't want to do it? And if you empower black people, they ain't gonna be dependent on you no more. It's a simple thing. Because they believe representation, it ain't trying to create an environment for you to get your own business, and they ain't trying to create an environment for you to empower yourself, and they trying to keep you calling. I need one canvas, my roof leaking. You could send. I need a couple of dollars, my light off. I need a couple of dollars for my water. No, you see, that's how they represent it. They want you to come begging them. They want you to come begging them.
We trading our freedom.
And they see what white people are doing this stuff.
We trading our
Black
freedom.
people.
We trading our freedom for food.
Let me take this call. Primetime Independent nigga.
Yes, let me say something. I often wonder, maybe I'm off on a different planet, Mars or Venus, but I always believe you cannot solve a problem if you are the problem. Are the politicians the problem? Are the criminals the problem? You know, I often wonder, who is really the problem? Do the politicians create criminals, or the criminals something that people decide they're going to be a criminal? That's all I have.
I'll ask you a question before you hang up call. Do you think local government could work in Angleston? You live in Angleston.
Yes, it could work, but the thing about it, the people who are responsible for it got to see it working.
Right, but you can't find it out if you don't give it a chance. If you don't bring local government to the Bahamas, if you don't bring local government to Nassau, you can't live on a family island. Right, listen, it's hard for local government to work on a family island. But they tried over there, right? You know they tried over there? They tried over there because they know it's hard for them to work. Man, I ain't South Andres. I used to live in Little Creek, South Andres, right? To have a constituency meeting for local government to work, that means they have to put it in the middle of South Andres. The middle of South Andres would be maybe the Bluff. The Bluff is the biggest settlement in South Andres. Well, that's the biggest, most populated settlement. It's the Bluff. To get from Marsby, like past me, Marsby, Pleasant Bay, Little Creek. To get from Marsby to the Bluff, gas is about $12 a gallon. You could burn about at least $15 to $18 to go to the Bluff and come back. That's how long the road is. There's only one island. This ain't Long Island. This ain't Crooked Island. It's Andres, where I grew up. It's hard for you to pay $10 a gallon, but it costs you about $20 to go to that meeting and come back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let's go up on island. The great late Cylinder Oscar-Pillin was the prime minister. Every 3 months, the old people on the island had an opportunity to make a couple of dollars. They used to read along the road, they used to read down the graveyard, and everybody get their stipend, get their pay. It's to help them. It was empowerment. The great Cylinder Oscar-Pillin, his plan and the way how he functioned was totally different. It was totally different, right? He empowered people. They had to read the graveyard. They used to read along the road. And this was clean. You only had to go in the Bluff to wait. Each settlement had a stipend for their area. That's the great lady in the building. So the old people, I grew up watching this. The old people, that every 3 months, they sure they're going to make a couple dollars to last them for the next 3 months. And he system. So, you know, that's empowerment. They making money, you ain't getting them nothing. These politicians today, they want you to beg them. They want you to get on your knee. Right? They want you to lose your pride. You understand what I'm saying? When you get a couple of dollars.
You see how we
right?
call it just now, right? You see how they call it just now, man.
Next call again.
It ain't that these guys don't wake up to say you want to deal with no crime. You know, these brothers willing workers now watch this. You see how much from since the pandemic, how much of these brothers pick up that coconut on the water, selling this coconut on the water. These same boys them from the ghettos and what's not, you know. So they ain't like they ain't willing to be entrepreneurs, but why you don't grant them land? You let the Chinaman come from over here and you will give the Chinaman this and these stipends or whatever what's not right. Them same young brothers, why you don't say, hey, look here, you all put together, we can put together a little portfolio. We give you all 2 acres of land, what's not, you all can have your own coconut trees, you just do this, you know what I mean? So you can't say the young brothers didn't work when they're on the side of the road, they selling the coconut water, but you'll make it hard for them. And you'll say the young boys someone work, but you know it's so amazing, how in the world we get coconut water and coconut in abundance, and we get coconut water getting imported from somewhere, from some other country. Like who allowing these things? You see what they saying? So therefore, you can't, I mean, sometimes, you know, people like to blame the fruit, but at the end of the day, you got to check the root of the problem. You can't blame the fruit of the tree, you know. Because like you say, by the fruits you can know them. So more times we like to blame these young children, but you got to check where this really stemming from. You see what I'm saying?
Listen to me, Mr. Smith. Listen to me and we can answer this call. Brian David Independent.
Yeah, the Mega Independent thing. How are you?
You're live.
All right. You know Jason Liberty?
No, sir.
That's the Chief Executive Officer for Royal Caribbean International, right?
Yes, sir.
They used to have 5, 6 ships in this harbor.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Where's the Royal Caribbean, right?
right.
Royal Caribbean have the biggest ships.
Yeah. But
All right, so I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
what I'm saying is right. They average 4 to 5,000 people on the ship. So on a given day, that's what 25. That's what
No, Royal Caribbean bring like anywhere between 3,000 and 3,500. Their crews be like 2,000. So they average about 5,000-6,000 on their ship for true. But I don't be yes. They average about 2,500 in crew and about 3,500 in passengers. Go ahead.
Right. So all right, yeah, that's it's 5. Just say 5, 6 boats average a day. So that's what 25,000.
No. Royal Caribbean don't have that amount of boats there. They be
No, I'm not saying Royal Caribbean. Yep, other ships would have come there too.
Yeah, Carnival. You have MSC. You have the Dream with the Dream Disney. Right, go ahead.
All right, they have just average a day. Just say 4,000 people on the ship. Just say that's 27,000 people a day, right? Now, Mr. Liberty said that the destination got to update game. We're providing something for the people to do.
But listen, Joy Dribbaloo, right? She in the papers today or yesterday saying how, you can't just offer Bahamian food and items. And she right. And I ask this question, caller all the time, right? We allow, in 1992 to 2002, we allow the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, and the men them who stand behind him and allow him to do what he did. When all the Bahamian nightclubs, all the Bahamian entertainment spots was allowed to be designated, depleted from Bay Street. I mean, if you go back, if you over 30 or 40, you can remember Peanut Taylor, the Drum Beat, Banana Boat, Cat and Fiddle, Pink Pussycat, King and Knights. You could go on and go on. Why? We'll give you 410,000 acres of land in Iguana and wouldn't give a Bahamian 1 acre them, put it on, use as collateral in the bank to keep them these night spots open or keep the clubs open or keep the entertainment going. People do fire dance and limbo dance, all kind of entertain people who come to the Bahamas for years. And we are not doing anything. We're not doing. I tell you, our key. Listen to me, caller. Our key right now, you have some very entrepreneurial payments who are being creative. When we selling coconut water, they renting lawn chairs on the beach. They renting umbrellas, right? They rent umbrellas, they rent lawn chairs, they're doing paintings, right? So Bahamians are trying to find a way to help themselves, right? The walkway on that, listen to me, man, hold on, listen to me. The boardwalk was along the beach or long wharf, and when you come from Junkanoo Beach here and you head towards Awaki, the walkway, the concrete that break from the sea surge, which draws the sand and push it in the road and leave the concrete by itself. So after a while it'll crack and drop. Tourists walking on that, right? Yeah. When you go on Awaki, they got some prisoners come out there who do a marvelous job. They take up the garbage on the land. You got some people from Roads and Park who's do a marvelous job also. Roads and Park, who's trim the trees, who's rake up. But the beach, I don't know how all of a sudden all these tourists come from the ship right to that beach right there. I talk about hundreds of tourists every day when they ship them in. And the seaweed, they gotta lay in lawn chair because you can't lay on the beach. And I just don't understand. I mean, if tourism is our number, listen, we had 3 industries. We had tourism, we had banking, and we had banking and finance, and we had agriculture.
Right.
One of the former prime minister, what happened under him, agriculture was treated such a way that all the cow them dead. If you remember that. I ain't going no name, right?
Yeah. No,
the next prime minister, he in Washington, doing what he's doing, and they faxed back a bill that put the financial institutions, what was one of our pillar, in such peril and disadvantage that in 2000, the 11 or 12 bills or 10 bills was faxed from Washington, killed the financial sector. We only remnants and give advantage and opportunities to other countries over us in terms of the financial institutions. Right. So we only hold on, man. We only right now dependent on tourism. So why we isn't 100% trying to get tourism right? We inherit this from a man who is called racist since that science. Why, as black people, we ain't trying to capitalize on it, try to fix it, try to get it right. At least we have something right in this country. Go ahead, call it live.
You know what the problem is in the pandemic?
Tell me what the problem is.
The people who in charge short time. All right, like I was saying before you interrupt me, right? All right, the gentleman, Mr. Jason, let me say, the destination be the prime one for the tourists to do.
But you don't have to afford it, don't have to tell you that. You know what we're doing? Listen, man, listen, I like how you bring that up. Let me tell you this, John.
Hold on, listen what I'm saying, right? All right, me, I have ATVs, buggies, and motorbikes, right, to rent to tourists, right?
Go ahead, you can advertise on it, free. Go ahead, you're live.
All right, no, I have that, it's more than me one.
I know you, man, go ahead, I tell you live.
And what I'm saying is, right, every week, they try to put impediments in our way for us not to rent the stuff to the tourists.
No, I mean, no. The government need to regulate. I see you all doing a good job. Listen to me, man. Let me put you on hold. You ain't gonna listen. Let me put you on hold for a minute. Listen, you all doing a good job out there, and you all helping the GDP because you all renting. I watch you all. But the government need just to tweak some things, or tourism, or other government, whatever one manage that. You all doing a good job out there, and you all helping the country, with the exchange and the growing the economy and stuff like that. But I see plenty tourists riding around on them little scooter, and man, they ride, be scared, man. You know? So the government need to make it mandatory that you all phase out those. That's my suggestion now. You all phase out them little scooter. Use the four-wheeler because they don't have the balance. See, if they're using the four-wheeler of the balance, I think the scooters ain't too safe for them to ride. Trust me, I see them, they be zigzagging and towing somebody else on the back. Some of them don't have no helmet. That's so if you put it on the big bike, the four-wheeler on the balance, all they do is go and stop. You see, the four-wheeler just go ahead. They automatic just go ahead and go. You see, so it's more safer for them. That's my humble suggestion to you all. But go ahead, wrap up. Go ahead, Johnson, wrap up.
All right, listen with the point of this, right? All right, some tourists don't have the money to rent a four-wheeler. You understand me? Some tourists don't have the money to rent a four-wheeler. So they have to rent a two-wheeler, right? But that is not the major problem. The major problem is, Brother James, every time they give us, hey, you all need to do that. We do that. They come in there too, you all need to do that. You all need to do that. And see, yeah, Mr. Jason, everybody saying that they on an active, I guess, I don't know, they trying to run us from doing our business down through George Street.
Yeah, but I would say to you that could, listen to me, that could be correct. That could be correct. Because remember, all those stores are on Prince George Dock. The Free National Movement gave Prince George Dock to 50% or 49% control. They control the holding, but they have 49% in financial control, global holdings, right? But you see all the people who had stalled out in and off, all the hair braiders, them who had stalled, or people who doing work out there, you see they behind the fence now. They were over the fence. And guess what? They let them move over the fence. And then what happened? Now they ain't there no more. They down on Long Wharf. It's like the bombers ain't for Bahamians.
No, not at all.
It appears, I tell you, listen to me, man. I asked the question over and over, right? How much Bahamians could call this station right now? 326-8255 and say, a government gave me 10,000 acres too. Well, how is it that foreigners are allowed to get more than a Bahamian who born and growing and no place else to go? I mean, why we giving keys and selling keys to foreigners with each cruise ship? I mean, who's managing that Bahamians are benefiting? We benefit don't even get this to $20, $25 or $20 or $15 or whatever they pay stamp tax on the head count. That's all we getting. We are not benefiting where we selling Bahamians items, where Bahamians are serving these people, where Bahamians are benefiting through salary. We are limited. You see, you only read the papers what the papers say. That the cruise ships that BBMs ain't qualified. They wasn't saying that when they first come out. But they saying it now because they don't want you all black people to run them. That's what it is.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? All right. You know what to go and borrow. You know, independent. You know business. You know to go borrow money from the bank, right? Mr. Chester Cooper, right? The deputy prime minister, minister of tourism, say he want everyone to try and enjoy this tourism bloom. You go to the bank, right? Borrow 200,000, 150,000. Purchase your vehicles, right? And you downtown try to interact and rent the stuff to the tourists, right? Then they have the belief that you can't interact with the tourists. You gotta keep moving. What? Your vehicle's license, your insurance, you pay your TCC, you pay your national insurance stuff. We're gonna we spend money to license and insure our vehicles. Then they tell you, we want you to do this. You do that.
All right, let me tell you what to do. I give you a whole hour and a half. Put together, listen to me, man. Put together, you all have association?
Yeah.
Put together, have a meeting with them, and you all agree to come onto the show. And let's try, let's see if we can make some headway and put some things, to put some things to the government, the tourism minister. See, Chester Cooper, them doing their part, The Bay Street is being synced with tourists. Long Wharf be synced with tourists, so it's something the government doing right. But I will bring all you all in here together. And let me do an hour and a half show on what you all do, what the problems are, your suggestion to solve the problem, and what you are prepared to do to ease the burden on the police, harassing, the police bothering you all. I want you all to come in and let me have a good conversation and a dialogue. Not only with you, maybe with 2 or 3 more persons who in charge of the association to come along with you. Is that possible?
All right.
So you could y'all could eat your mutton and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, sir. I want you to wrap up your flat all the time. I want you to give a closing remark. I gotta bring you back again because I just too much people calling.
Trust. I ain't in the industry, so I know how you feel and what's not, right? So, I mean, just with that being said, like you just saying, if tourism is the number in the industry,
the only industry now.
Right. So something like Bahamas should even be something mandated, right? But like you say, the payment people just gotta realize, but this is your country. Just like you say, something you ain't going nowhere, that's all you get. You know what I mean? Stand up for it, let's fight for it, let's take it back. You know what I mean? And let's stop just fighting for the dollar, let's go back to service and authenticity. You know what I mean? That's what we used to be providing. So, payments, we just gotta really embrace our culture. You know what I mean? And just go forward with that, Yeah,
but the culture is a good idea that you're suggesting also, but the people who have power to legislate, who have power to create policy, they have to buy in to the importance of tourism. Tourism should not just be, I witnessed during the pandemic. I witnessed not one tourist on Bay Street. I witnessed not one ship by Prince George Dock. I witnessed the airport, when you pass the airport, not even workers was there. You know what I mean? The country started to start still. And you know what happened? We had a government in power who they was lost. They couldn't, if you don't, and the old saying on the 100 say, he who fails to plan to fail, right? For years, I said, is it possible that the Bahamas could have a catastrophic insurance? I never say pandemics, I know number no pandemic, but I was thinking about hurricane, where persons couldn't come here because we in shambles. Could we have a catastrophic insurance for the economy, for the Bahamian people? You know what they have for them then? Who fight against national insurance? They go on and grab all kind of money from national insurance to keep the country afloat. The same entity and institution that they fight against when the Great Lakes and Independence was trying to implement. Why? Celinda was planning, right? Sir Gerald Cashton was planning. Sir Clifford Dalliner was planning. They're planning for time to come. And years ago, that planning was the strongest thing for the free national movement in power. What they start doing? All kind of bad decisions, selling all the good stock from McCormick, from Facebook, and all them stock, but it's the highest value. Why? Survival.
Serious.
They were sitting right there when the 11 or 12 bills was filed from Washington and killed the financial sector. None of them opened their mouth. Because why? They was eating. Their mouth was full and they was chewing. I was saying. You flat on the time.
Yeah, man.
But listen, I
Thanks.
need to bring you back. We can
Yeah,
come
man,
back.
you
We can
can
try to
come
get back one more time before the year. Because I'm
Yeah.
trying to stop the last Thursday in November. So I can try to fit you in one. I'm starting the 4 weeks.
Yeah, man.
On November, try to get you back one more time. So we can end the year.
Yeah.
And we can maybe offer some solution
man.
to the Bahamian people
Yeah.
and change of the selection of these politicians.
Yeah, you have to.
We can't blame nobody other than ourselves. We vote for these people who we don't even know because the party send them. We's the problem.
Right.
See, we keep on blaming them. Why are we blaming them? They like that because they ain't gonna do nothing because we can't see it for ourselves.
Really.
Once we don't notice that we's the problem, we will never change it.
Yeah, most
These
definitely.
people, they fear change.
Yeah.
Why is it that in 2024, the Bahamian people don't have local government in Nassau?
Serious thing.
Local government is empowerment.
Still pumping water, still doing. I mean, come on, after 1967, Penland being a farm from 1967, Penland going from 2020 something years later. You see, they saying 25 years later.
I'll tell you this before we end. $100,000 is used to go to the member of parliament disposal. Two of the former prime minister had to send their money back to the treasury. One of the prime minister, Bahamians usually use this as a part of their statement. He had to voice constituency in the history of the Bahamas. Mason's edition.
Right.
And you sending back $100,000 back to the treasury because you ain't spending on the people who it came for?
Yeah.
Huh? The most outside toilets inside Mason's edition, inside settlement.
Real. Yeah.
How is it that all the mayors you run and you win and they do the boundaries and all things to make sure you get the PLB vote and you still sending money back to the treasury? And all of you get outside toilet, you couldn't just each person put on sewage plant or run a sewage plant there on piece of government land where everybody who have outside toilet don't have to use it no more?
Yeah. Serious thing.
Dependence, son. Keep them dependent on you. You can be able to control them.
Yeah, most definitely.
The Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yeah, you see.
The
Yeah.
Willie Lynch syndrome. I want to thank you for coming.
Always.
I'm sure I
Just
listen
thanks
to
to
me.
me.
I appreciate you.
It's an honor.
I must listen to me. I must tell you that. I really appreciate how you could bring the conversation and the information down to the literal, the ordinary Bahamians can understand. I really appreciate that.
Come on, give thanks always.
When I call you, I will come.
Yeah, you know how it's bro.
Oh, yeah, you're scared. You're always scared. You're telling the truth. You're speaking with your heart.
Give thanks.
Primetime tonight was brought to you by Marlon Owen, Johnson, aka Independent Thinker, and Prophet Keen Smith. Yeah, I'm going to try to get him back before we end the show for the year. Tonight's sponsor, banner sponsor, City of Hope. That's the former Cancer Society of America. Global Insurance, the team and crew out Sandy Port, 601-0006 for all the insurance needs. May it be industrial, marine, residential, commercial, life, health, whatever the insurance you need. Vehicle, call them. Give them a call, motorbike, whatever you need. Give them a call. Sandy Port, 601-0006. Rasta Grains and Things on Nassau Street. You heard his ad. Go treat yourself. I treat myself. I love natural food. I come from the island, so yes, that is expected. Nagico, that's the underwriter for Global. They're on Marquis Street. After you pass the Salvation Army building, the prettiest green and white building on Nassau Street, not Nassau Street, on Marquis Street. The prettiest building on Marquis Street. Go and pay them a visit if you in the eastern or central area and you don't want to go away with Sandy Port. Go visit Nagico and get your insurance. Shorty's Bread Shop, the bread from the pan to your hand, the bread that melts in your mouth. The Right Fit, that's coming this November. On Darling Lane and Wolf Road, right next to Stay When They Live, the corner right after you pass 7 if you're heading west. They're getting the shop ready. And listen, the Right Fit. Bring out your true beauty. Oh boy, I try to offer some suggestions and ideas and solutions to crime problem. I'm supposed to deal with the Swift Justice Program that the former Attorney General Allison Gibson Maynard had started. I started the show by speaking about the magnificent performance of the present Minister of National Security when he was a Supreme Court Justice, showing that he did some 56 cases in 3 months, never done before, to help with the backlog system. But I gotta talk and let with this judicial system on another show, because how is it that we appointed all these justices of the peace? 1,200 in the last 3 to 4 years. Justices of the peace. Why are we not using them? Why is court not having on the weekend? How is it that we don't have court on Saturday and Sunday? I mean, why are we not letting the justices of peace deal with these child support cases traffic cases. Why we have sessions record up to 10 midnight, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Try to get rid of some of these backlogs. We have to do something. Something up to start in order to make an effort to come to a meaningful end. I want to end with a quote from the great late Zelinda Oscar-Pillin. The Bahamians are prepared to stand up and fight and defend their Bahamas. Then they don't deserve